Okay, I'm going to talk about this study guide a little bit and send this video to you, and then we'll work on the parts we need to after a while. It says here, Linda enrolls for 10 credit hours each semester at a cost of $650 per credit hour. In addition, textbooks are $300 a semester, and they want you to find the monthly cost. So she's taken 10 hours, 2 semesters, and there's $650 a credit hour. Plus, she got to add her books for 2 semesters, and that totals up to $13,600. And when you divide it by 12, the monthly cost is $1,133. It looked like you'd already worked all that out on here. Number 2 says the expenses and income of an individual are given in table form. Find the net monthly cash flow, maybe positive, maybe negative. Assume the salaries, wages are after taxes, and that a month is 4 weeks, a year is 12 months, round to the nearest dollar. So some of this stuff they tell you per year, some of this stuff they tell you per month, and some of it they tell you per week. So it says that the salary is $32,000 a year, and if I divide it by 12, I get $2,666.67 a month. The person also sells jewelry and makes $350 a month. So their total income per month is $3,016.67. Then by looking at the table, their house expense is $1,700 a month. Their groceries are $120 a week, and I multiplied by 4, and that came up to $480 a month. Their household expenses are $360 a month. Their car insurance is $480. It says semi-annually, so I divided by 6, and that came up with $80 a month, because semi-annually means you're going to pay it twice, and that's one time you pay it's for 6 months. The donations are $500 a year, so I divided that by 12 to come up with $41.67 a month. And then miscellaneous items is $800 a month. So I added that up, and this was the expenses for a month, and it was $3,461.67. So then I subtracted those, and it came up to negative $445 a month, which is answer choice D. Number 3. Number 3 says a single 42-year-old woman with a monthly salary of $3,700 spends $1,200 on rent. And the chart says the percentage of spending by category and age group. So what they want to know is what percent of her monthly income is spent on rent. So I took $1,200 over $3,700. I put that in the calculator and divided, and then I multiplied by 100 to change it to a percent, and I got 32.4%. But the question asked is that, how does that relate? Well, there's housing, and I come down here and look, and a little more than 30% is what they're spending, and that's 32.4%, so that's at average. She's pretty close to average. Question 4 says a couple under the age of 30 has a combined household income of $4,200 a month and spends $210 on entertainment. So what I need to do there is find out what percent of their monthly income is spent on entertainment. So it's 210 divided by 4,200, and that came up to be 5%. I divided that, 210 divided by 4,200. Can't see that very good on that. For some reason that's not showing up very good, but I divided and multiplied by 100, and I got 5%. So I go look at my chart. Now these people are under 30. So there, this light gray bar, and this is entertainment. And there's the little chart right there. You look down, and it looks like it's right on the money. It's right at 5. So they are at average. They are right where normal people are. For 4 at average, which is answer choice A. Number 5. It says, do you lease a car or do you buy a car? If you buy the car, you spend $26,000. If you lease the car, you put $1,600 down and you pay $320 a month. At the end of 3 years, the leased car has a residual value. That's the amount you would pay if you choose to buy it and keep it to be yours, and that's $15,000. So I figured out what you'd spend if you leased it. You'd spend $1,600 plus you'd make 36 payments at $320 a piece. That'd be this much money you spent during the first 3 years. Then at the end of 3 years, if you gave them $15,000 more, you could buy it. So it'd be that much money to buy the car if you leased it. If you buy the car, you just pay them $26,000, and it's yours. You don't have to figure anything up. The question says, compare the cost of leasing and buying the car. And it says, assume that you sell the new car at the end of 3 years at $15,000. So if you bought it for $26,000 and then in 3 years you sold it for $15,000, it would have cost you $11,000 to drive that car for 3 years. If you leased it and you spent this much money for 3 years, and then you bought it for $15,000 and then you sold it for $15,000, then the amount of money you'd be out would be right here, $13,120. I don't even think that number is important. So you're looking at those two. It's going to cost you $11,000 if you buy it and $13,120 if you lease it, and that's answer choice D. Now, to me, this was a little bit confusing, so if you want to talk about this one some more later on, then I think we probably should, because that one's kind of confusing. Number 6. Many insurance companies carry a deductible provision that states how much a claim must pay out of pocket before the insurance company pays the remaining expenses. Suppose you have a car insurance policy with an $800 deductible. During a 2-year period, you file claims for $650 and $1,200. The annual premium is $450. So if you got this insurance, you're going to pay $450 each year just to have the insurance. The first accident you have, it costs $650 to fix your vehicle. The insurance doesn't start paying anything until after you've paid $800. So you pay all of that. They don't help you at all. The next time you hurt your vehicle, it's a $1,200 claim, but you pay only $800 and they pay the rest. So you've spent $2,350 over that 2-year period if you have the insurance. If you chose not to have the insurance, then you only have to pay to get your car fixed, which was $650 the first time and $1,200 the second time, which came out to be $1,850. So the question says, determine how much you would pay with and without. So with the policy, you'd pay $2,350. Without the policy, you'd pay $1,850. Number 7, calculate the amount of interest you'll have at the end of the indicated period. And here's the simple interest formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. In the first problem, the principal is $14,000. The rate is 2%, which you put as 0.02, and you leave it in for 1 year. So your interest for that would be $280. That's a very easy question. And that I equals PRT is an easy little formula. Number 8 says that you have $9,000 principal to invest, 3% for 20 years. You calculate that, and the amount of interest is $5,400, which is answer choice C. That's another easy one. So 7 and 8 are really easy problems. Number 9. This interest is use the compound interest formula, and that's that interest formula right there. A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the NT power. And for number 9, the principal is $20,000. The rate is 2%. It's compounded annually, so that's why there's a 1 there. And you're leaving it in for 2 years. So annually means N equals 1. Okay? Annually means N equals 1. And when I put that in my calculator, hang on just a second. Okay, got a better calculator. Let's see here. I'm going to start by saying 1 plus 0.02 divided by 1. I'm going to raise that to the 1 times 2 power. And then I'm going to multiply it by 20,000. And there's my number. That's how much money I have in the bank at the end of that time. And number 9 says, use the compound interest formula to determine the balance. So that's what they want. The amount is the balance. So that's my answer for number 9, and it is answer choice D. Number 10, same question, same formula. Your principal is $10,000. The rate is 2.4%, so it's 0.024. It's compounded annually, again, so there's a 1 there. And you're going to leave it in for 18 years. So we're going to just go straight to our calculator. And I'm going to start with this part. 1 plus 0.024 divided by 1. I'm going to raise that to the 18 times 1 power. And then I'm going to multiply it by $10,000. And that is my amount in my account. That is the amount in the account, and that's what they're asking for, is for A, and that's answer choice B. Number 11, use the compound interest formula for compounding more than once a year to determine, excuse me, okay, to determine the accumulated balance after the stated period. So number 11, it's the same formula. Okay, same thing we've been doing. It's $1,200, 4%, but it says compounded quarterly, which means 4 times a year. So then the exponents are 4 and 2. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to start with 1 plus 0.04 divided by 4. Oh, you can't see it. Let me scoot it over. There we go. I'm going to raise that to the 4 times 2 power. And then I'm going to multiply it by 1,200. And I get $1,299.43. Number 12. No, that's number 11. And that is answer choice B. Answer choice B. Okay? Now, number 12, same kind of problem. You're starting with $5,500. It's 4% interest, so you got 0.04. It's compounded monthly, which means 12 times a year for 6 years. So I've got all my numbers in there. Here we go. 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12 raised to the 12 times 6 power. You can do it all at once. You can do it this way or like I've been doing, same thing. Times 5,500. That's $6,989, which is answer choice C for number 12. Answer choice C. Number 13. Now number 13 says it's compounded daily. I think this is the formula for 13. I came up with the right answer when I worked it, and this is what I think you do. I think you do the amount equals the principal times the E, that's that button on your calculator, raised to the RT. So 7,000 times E to the 0.04 times 5. So I'll put that in here and make sure it gives me the same thing today. 7,000 times E raised to the R power, which is 0.04, times 5. I get $8,549.82, which is answer choice A. Okay, 14 and 15, I did not know the formula for those, so probably going to have to look those up in your homework and look at those formulas, and we'll work on that together, because I couldn't remember what that formula was. 16. 16 says, use the compound interest formula for continuous compounding to determine the accumulated balance after the stated period. It says $7,000 at 4.4% for 9 years. And when it says compounded continuously, that's the one with the E in it. So you put that in your calculator. Is that the same one I just did? 7,000 times E to the power of 0.044 times 9. I get $10,401.09, which is answer choice B. 17. Same problem. A equals P, which is $44,956 times E to the RT. So 44,956 times E to the 0.036 times 10. 64,436. That's answer choice C. 18 says, suppose you start saving for $20,000 down payment in 10 years. Assume you make no deposits into the account. The account has a quarterly compounding at an APR of 3%. Quarterly compounding. Okay. 18. I did that one wrong. We'll work on it later because that is not the right formula for 18. 19 and 20, I also have question marks by because I don't think I knew the formula to do with those. We'd have to look that up. 21 says the credit card is 18%. You have a balance of $3,200. Calculate your monthly payment. So there's the payment formula. And you plug your numbers in here. The principal is $3,200. The annual percentage rate is 18%, so it's 0.18 divided by 12 over 1 minus 1 plus 0.18 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 1 power. And so I did this calculation, and let's see what I got here. What did I do first? I did 3,200 times 0.18 divided by 12. And I got 48. That's the numerator. Then I went to the bottom and I did 1 plus 0.18 divided by 12. And I went ahead and raised that to the negative 12 times 1 power. Okay, so I did all of that stuff right there. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to do 1 minus all that stuff. And that's that number. 0.1636, yada yada yada. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 48 divided by that number, and that's my monthly payment, $293.38 a month. That's the first part of the question, is how much will you pay per month. Then they say, what will your total payment be? Well, you're going to pay that for a year. You're going to pay it 12 times. Your total payment's going to be $3,520.51. 22, same kind of problem. They're changing the percentage rate and the number of years. So I put my principal at $3,200, 20% over 12, 1 plus 0.20 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 3, because you're going to do this for 3 years. So I'm going to walk through it on the calculator. 3,200 times 0.20 divided by 12. It's 53.3. That's the numerator. Now the bottom, it's going to be 1 plus 0.20 divided by 12 raised to the negative 12. Hang on a minute. I'm going to put that in parentheses. I'm going to start from the beginning. 3,200 times 0.20 divided by 12. That's the top number. Now the bottom, 1 plus 0.20 divided by 12. I'm going to get that answer. I'm going to raise that answer to the negative 12 times 3. If I'd have put it all in parentheses, I could have done it the other way, but I forgot my parentheses. And I need to subtract that from 1. So the 53 number gets divided by that number. So I'm going to go up there and get that 53. And I'm going to divide it by that number. And it gives me $118.92 a month. And I'm going to make 36 payments. So it's going to be $4,281.24. Okay. Now, I don't know if this helps you or just confuses you or what, but that's 22. Here's 23. I didn't know. Where'd the paper go? There it is. It says you need $89,515 loan. You're comparing a 30-year loan and a 15-year loan. The percentage rate on the 30-year loan is 8%. So I plug all my numbers in. It comes out to $656.83 a month. If I went with the 15-year loan, the difference there was the percentage rate. So it was different. I plugged it in. This is my monthly payment, and that's answer choice B. 24 uses that same payment formula we've been using. In the first situation, you're borrowing $100,000 for 30 years at 4% interest. You're calculating a monthly payment, so you got a 12 there. And you can come out with $477.42 for your monthly payment. Your closing cost there is the same. It's $11.94 because there's no points. If you're borrowing it on a 20-year note, your percentage rate's 3.5%. You use that same formula to figure your payment. It's $579.96. The closing cost charges you that price plus 2 points, which means 2% of the initial loan amount. So your closing cost changes. That 2 points that they talk about doesn't have anything to do with your monthly payment, only with your closing cost.